Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Nuke, here for another edition of the Nuke Stream. First Nuke Stream with future President Trump. Um, Very interesting turn of events these last couple of years. Very happy with the outcome, but that we're not here to talk about that, guys. We're here to talk about Facebook Marketplace and what does this have to do with Redpill or dating or anything like that, right? And I've been selling my furniture and on this minimalism journey where I'm just getting rid of stuff I don't need. I've watched a whole bunch of minimalism videos and all that stuff, and why we as humans want more stuff and how it traps us and it keeps us kind of in this loop where we always think we need more when in reality we just need less. And that's why you guys have seen like things changing around my background is new. I used to have this giant IKEA storage unit behind me, but now I have this like very simple these very simple cheap shelves so I can have something to display at the background and all that. But uh but yeah, minimalism journey. Very interesting journey. I don't want to say journey, it's like therapy talk, right? It's weird. But getting rid of a lot of stuff, it's harder than you think. First, because you are attached to a lot of things more than you think. Like one of the reasons we kind of keep stuff is we always say in our minds like, hey, I'll need this for a rainy day, or I need this for later, or I use this, I swear I'm going to use it soon. But in reality you never use it, right? You've had it for a year and you've never used it. And there's a lot of logic involved with becoming minimalist and getting rid of stuff. It's interesting because, for example, my Halloween decorations, I store it in this big box in my closet. But then I realized, like, why do I store something that I only use like once a year for like 3 or 4 weeks, right? And then I realized, like, I can donate all this stuff. Go when it's Halloween next year, I can buy cheap. I can go to Five Below and buy cheap Halloween decorations and start again. And then when I'm done that year, I'll just donate them or give them away. Or I can just go to a Goodwill and buy Halloween decorations there or something. And the thing is, like, um, it makes you think. Like, there's this rule where, like, if it's if it's cheap and you can replace it easily, like on Amazon, or go to the store and grab it, and you don't use it often, like you only use it like once a month, then get rid of it. There's no reason to have it because, um, you know, unless you have a big house or anything. But if you have an apartment like mine, 850 square feet, you don't have the luxury of just filling it with stuff and storage, right? You need to be very selective of what you keep in your house and all that. So yeah, a lot of changes, getting rid of stuff, getting rid of a lot of even some things that are more sentimental. They're like, I just got rid of my couch today. Um, and that couch has been with me since January of 2020, right? So my my mother has sat on that couch. My father has sat on that couch. Lots of girls have sat on that couch. Friends, Governor, my friend Governor. Wait, did he come over? I don't remember. Um, my best friend has sat on that couch. Tadashi has slept on that couch. I have slept on that couch. Had a lot of sad, depressing times on that couch. So I let it go today, but it just felt like a piece of me is gone because we tend to become very attached to things, and even though it's just a thing, that thing has been there through a lot of stuff with us, and it's very strange to just let it go. And the stranger that I sold it to, um, doesn't. It's like its value to her is just not the same as it is to me. But I have to let it go because I'm trying to downsize. Right, I'm gonna get another couch, but it's gonna be smaller, and it's gonna be one that turns into like a day bed, and then to an actual bed in case I have guests, which I rarely ever have guests. But yeah, guys, it's a journey. You get rid of a lot of stuff, and part of getting rid of stuff is you have to go on Facebook Marketplace to get rid of it, right? Because there are certain things that you can get rid of and just throw in the trash, right? But there are certain things that, like, you can't throw a couch in the trash. Like, someone can get use out of this. You can't throw like whole shelves, like stuff like that. I'm like, I could just wait until I sell it, and then over the past 2 months, I've been just getting rid of more and more things. And most of the people on Facebook Marketplace are women, right? Because women love to shop, and some women, they get a lot of pride in finding deals and finding things for cheaper, as well as they don't want to put together furniture. It's Women hate putting together furniture, so if they go on Facebook Marketplace, they get the furniture for cheaper, maybe with a couple nicks in here and there, and it's already put together. They just got to find some guy to come get it for them, or have a truck themselves, um, and all that, right? So there's a lot of lessons here in terms of like female behavior that mirror dating, in general, dating apps, and standard female behavior. And the point of this show today is to so when you guys are kind of like blackpilling, or kind of like feeling like it's not worth dating, or just it's you that you're the problem, right? Um, you're gonna realize, like, even when buying furniture, women are equally as flaky. Women change their mind. Women want to change so many things, and women forget to message you back, or they ask for like all these things that are um that you can draw parallels from dating and dating apps. And all that stuff. And that just goes to show you that it's not you, it's just standard female behavior to deal with women. Like, these behaviors are like, doesn't matter what realm or area, right? It's just who they are. Of the fact that a woman flakes on you has more to do with her than you, right? Unless you're like absolutely some egregious, out of this world example, like, you know, that you did, like, maybe she looked you up, and looked you up on Facebook, and you have some crazy political beliefs, or something. um Other than that, you don't really you really can't blame yourself all the time, right? Assume that it's her, that something out of your control, and that way you can deal with rejection in a more realistic and kind of sane way, right? So as I sell my furniture and I sell my stuff, right? Uh, I get, the way Facebook Marketplace works, if for you guys that haven't used it, is that you make a listing, you take pictures of the object or the furniture item or whatever you're selling, and then you put in a description, and then you say, well, is it new? Is it used? Is it good? Like the condition of it, and then you list it, you post it, and you can pay to get it, uh, advertised to a wider audience, and then you could hide it from people. You don't want people to know that you're selling stuff and all that. So one of the first things I noticed that's very similar to like dating in general is um, people trying to trick you into thinking they're very interested in you, right? And when in reality, they just like the idea of having that item, right? And it's strange because you post a listing on Facebook, and you're just like, great, this is awesome, right? And then people start hitting you up, right? Especially if it's a new listing, just like dating apps. When you're new to dating apps, or you're in a new area, you get pushed to the top of the pile. Um, so you're getting all these messages, right? And you're like, great, I'm gonna be able to sell my couch really fast. But, like, at 5 messages in, they all give you that like that response that's very like the canned AI response that all they have that Facebook has saying, "Hey, is this still available?" And then you write, "Yes, would you like to come pick up?" And then a lot of the times, looking through my messages, it'll be completely like they flake out, or they ask you the same question again that's already answered in the description, right? Um, and through all these things, you could kind of tell your level of investment um, with uh, with with the person trying to buy uh, their furniture, right? And that's one of the biggest ways and biggest things I preach about is deducing a woman's level of investment before you meet her. It's tough sometimes, right? But there are ways to do that. And when you're selling furniture, you're trying to set up a date, right? When you get the actual message, you're trying to set up a date, right? A lot of times you're gonna realize, like at first, you're gonna be absolutely happy that somebody hits you up and intends to buy, let's say, your couch. And when you're new at dating and you get a match on um crap. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I saw a Swerve Plays freaking comment and it threw me off. Um, so when you're getting a match and you're setting up a date, just like setting up a meeting to get rid of this furniture, right? Um, you may be excited. You may be like, "Wow, I finally got to sell. I'm getting rid of this furniture and I'm getting money for it. This is awesome." But the truth is, it doesn't mean anything, right? Like just like in dating, the only thing that matters is that she shows up. Same thing with Facebook Marketplace. She could say you guys could have haggled on a price. You guys could have set up a time. You guys could have like talked about any issues with the furniture. You could all these things that kind of show investment, like she intends to buy, and then she could absolutely not message you the day of the meeting or something, and just leave you out to dry, right? Same thing with dating, right? A lot of guys think that words and texting is like a sign of investment when in reality it's just women need attention and they're getting their fix of attention from internet men or men on Tinder or Hinge or whatever. So until she shows up in person, just expect the person not to be invested, right? And then what happens is you're gonna get a lot of people. Let's say something popular right now, like the IKEA shelves, the IKEA storage units, right? That are like boxes, and then you can buy shelves or you could buy boxes for them and all that stuff. Very popular on Facebook Market. Everyone wants them, or everyone wants to get rid of them. Either or, right? You're selling that, and it's a hot ticket. Everyone wants it. You give a good price, and you get like 5 or 6 people in one day trying to buy it and you're like, "Oh, okay, this is gonna be an easy sell." And you go to the first person, and they set up a kind of meeting with you. So, what amateur Facebook Marketplace sellers, like I was a couple weeks ago, will be like, "Hey, I already got this in the bag. I don't need to talk to these other people. I'm already selling this furniture. It's good to go." Like I told all the other people, "Hey, I am already setting a date for this furniture sell." Right, and the day of maybe later that afternoon or the day next day, you get the furniture ready, you haul it out of your apartment, down the elevator, and the person doesn't show up, or the person shows up very late, or whatever happens, right? And, you're kicking yourself because you're like, "Wow, I really trusted this person to show up and buy the furniture," but they didn't, right? Because humans are flaky, especially women, they got other things they forget and all that stuff, or they just like wasting people's time. That's just the human condition, right? So then you learn that like you talk to every person that's interested in that furniture, just like a dating app, and you tell them, hey, yes, it's available. I will be free on Sunday from this time to this time. First come, first serve, right? And that kind of shifts the mentality from hey, you're the prize, you're the person that I want to uh shift my life around to hey, I'm available from this time to this time, are you coming? That way, and that's going to goad them or try to get them to show you their level of investment, whether it be high or low, right? And that's how you do it. And you kind of like you imply directly on Facebook Marketplace there's other people that want it, first come, first serve. Like if you don't if you're not on the way, then I'm not gonna hold it for you, right? I'm not going to hold it for you until you tell me, "Hey, I'm on the way." Right. And that's, on in dating, you don't explicitly tell women you're seeing other women, right? But you have to imply it, right? And the way you imply it, and when you're dating, like you don't message every day or at night or on the weekends if you're trying to set up a date. Um, you're not needy. You're not constantly texting someone that you just met, or you just set up a date like, hey, I will be available on Monday from this time, or from this time down, right? So you take it or leave it, right? Like, I'm not here. Like, obviously, if there's some girls that are like, hey, I literally have something to do that day. Can we do Tuesday? And those girls are like working with you, right? But the point still stands until the person says, I'm on my way. There is no date. There is no Facebook Marketplace sell, right? And that is to prevent you um, to not have to haul furniture out of your house, getting ready for someone to come pick it up that you know hasn't told you they're left their house yet, right? Same thing with dating, right? You set up a place and a time, preferably near you, um, very as near to you as possible. That way, if she flakes or doesn't message you 30 minutes, an hour, or 2 hours before the date, you're still in your pajamas, chilling. Like, you didn't have to move much. Yeah, you probably took a shower, and like the minute she said, "Hey, I'm on my way," then you get dressed and go, right? But for the most part, you didn't invest at all anything because she did not tell you she's on the way. And that's the same thing. That's another lesson from Facebook Marketplace. It's like understanding investment and what real investment is, when dating and when selling, right? Another thing you'll realize is flakiness. Like, men complain about flakiness. We have so many things to distract us, apps on our phone. Women have concerts they go to, they have flights, they have, powwows with their friends, they have exes they can't let go of, they have the club, they have brunch. Like, women's schedules are stacked a lot of the time, right? Same thing with people trying to buy stuff on Facebook Market. Whereas there's always, to them, hey, there might always be a better deal, so let me wait it out, just like women do. And then when they actually like send you a message, it's a very low investment message, and they could flake at any moment. There is no way to kind of tell a woman to convince her, hey, stop being flaky and be honest and be straight with me, right? It just is a demonstration of lower value. You wouldn't do that if you did that on Facebook Marketplace. They would tell you, hey, like, leave me alone, or like, I'll message you when I message you or something. So women are just as flaky as and will ghost you just as much on dating apps as Facebook Marketplace, which shows that since Facebook Marketplace is not about sex and just giving up furniture, selling furniture, it goes to show you that the flaking isn't a you thing. It's a women are just flaky people. They flake on their friends, they flake on their responsibilities. They flake on their coworkers. They flake on job opportunities. They flake on their family. They flake making content online. They're just flakes. They just can't. They don't have the same honor system as men do, where we feel kind of bad for not showing up even on time. Right? They just flake. They don't care. They always have an excuse ready and all that stuff. Right? So now you know for a fact, because you double blind did a study in your mind with Facebook Marketplace, that the flakiness is not you, right? For anyone that's trying to sell furniture online, you'll realize, wait a minute, I felt this before. Somebody told me they were going to meet me on Tuesday, right? Um, and all that, and now they're flaking. Wait, this is just like dating. And then you could finally kind of like put the whole "I'm not good enough for women" to rest. You can finally start accepting, yeah, women flake. They pretend to be interested into you, and they don't know, not even they know, they don't really want to be on a date with you yet. It's just, it feels good in the moment, right? Just like when you see a nice new couch, it feels good in the moment to it feels like they're doing something, like, oh, buying new furniture is exciting. When in reality, no, they don't really want the furniture that bad. So don't take it personal. So yeah. All right, let's take a quick break, guys. Hey guys, welcome back. I just needed to grab my oolong tea. Um, but yeah, um, so yeah, up to this point, we've discovered, or we've talked about, or I've talked about, hey, like, hey, flakiness is a inherent female thing, regardless of it having to do with you, or it having to do with getting rid or buying a bookshelf or something from some guy. Um, it is very interesting that here in this whatever sphere they call it these days, I like to call it the anxietysphere or something, because so many guys have anxiety about dating, even and it doesn't seem like these red pill podcasters are helping. They just get more worried that they're going to get jipped by women. um but the thing is, like, everyone wants to talk about dating and stuff in the abstract and masculinity and intersexual dynamics, but like, if you guys really stop worrying about like the big picture and start looking at the little things in your life, the day to day, and observe and draw a conclusion and start thinking, like, oh, it will help you so well in dealing with dating in the future, because somebody on a podcast is not going to have similar experiences to you all the time. Matter of fact, they have different goals, they have different wants and needs from women, different experiences, different upbringing, different religion, so many things. Yes, as you know, women are a certain way, and across the board, they are a certain way, right? But you don't need to have someone else tell you, right, all the time. You can just simply observe phenomena in your life to confirm things that you have an idea about, right? You know women are flaky, but you don't know it's about you yet. But then you go sell furniture, a bookshelf, right, or a camera on Facebook Market, and you realize, wait, I've had 4 women express interest in this camera I want to sell, and one of them was like, "Ooh, can I?" Like, all of them, and it's been 3 days, and none of them have even tried to set up um a date or a pickup, right? So that brings me to the next thing here is uh the logistics is still on you, right? And the thing is, like, obviously, guy has to set up the date, guy has to lead, guy has to pay. With people with selling furniture, one of the big issues, especially here since I live in the city, um, is that women are scared of parking and the parking situation and how to get to places, right? Women are still intimidated by city driving, the big tall buildings, the big trucks, the kind of confusing intersections and all that stuff. So you're gonna have to be ready on the phone with them. Or I've even shown maps. I've even like gone on Google Maps or Apple Maps, screenshotted the where I live, like kind of like where the highway exit to where I live, and use the red arrow to kind of point them exactly where I was. Um, and even then, it was still hard for some of the women to get there, right? So that's how much logistics is in your it's you have to be a logistical powerhouse to sell furniture. Just like when you date, you have to do the same thing. You have to keep in mind, hey, how's the parking situation? It's Thursday. If it's Friday, parking is going to be difficult because it's Friday, everyone's out. So let me plan ahead so she's not circling the block 4 or 5 times to find parking, right? Um, let me let her know, like, if what's another thing that's selling uh okay, let's talk about dating. So, like, what to dress, like, maybe the place has a slight dress code, right? Like, there's a bar down the street where it used to be all whatever, where you want. It's one of the most classy bars, but women were showing up, like, showing too much, and just kind of like, it made it like it's making the place very ratchet. So they put a little dress code outside, and it's just like, hey, like we don't ask for much, just no flip flops, whatever, the same old, same old. Um, so like with Facebook Marketplace, the same. You have to be logistically sound if you want to get rid of your furniture, right? You have to tell them, hey, there's a roundabout so you can park the U-Haul there, or hey, there's a ramp here, or hey, actually, let's swing around this part of the building. It's easier. Here's a map. Like you have to be prepared for women to be very lost on the way to find you, right? And that's part of logistics. Um, just like in dating, a lot of women are afraid of meeting a stranger, right? And there is a level of anxiety women have when going out, whether it be dating a guy or just buying furniture from them, especially time. Like you probably don't want to set up a time at night. It'll discourage them. Just like for women, you don't dating, you don't want to set up a location in somewhere in a sketchy area, right? Um, Luckily for me, I tell them my address and they look it up and they realize like, oh, this is a pretty nice area, like, and they don't have trouble. So think about that. Like logistics is still big with women regardless of how you're dealing them, what environment you're dealing with them, right? And again, this show is supposed to show you that even if when sex is not on the table, like it's just a normal interaction, you meeting a stranger to sell something, women still default to their behaviors that everyone thinks are just them being bitches. Like no, it's just they are this way regardless if it's a date or selling furniture, right? It is what it is. So yeah, logistics have to be rock solid no matter how you deal with women. There have been times where, you know, I'm like, hey, where are you? And they're like, I'm on this street and this street. And I'm like, take a left. There's gonna be a stop sign. Wait, it's a busy road, and take another left. I'm the guy in the blue shirt, right? And when I date girls, it's the same. Hey, I'm parked, and I have to ask them, did you park between this sign and this sign? They're like, I think so. I'm not sure. And I have to go physically walk to their car sometimes because I don't want them to get towed. So yeah, guys, it doesn't matter. It's not that women that date you are bad. It's just they have limitations. And one of the limitations is they cannot plan, right? They can't plan at all. Um, and all that. Uh, they're gonna be late, like they'll set a time just like on a date. They'll set up a time and they're gonna be like 30 minutes late, right? Again, you don't haul furniture or move stuff or get up at the comfort of your couch until she says, "Hey, I'm on my way, ETA this." Because even if the ETA is wrong, at least there's intent there to meet you. And you don't have to be outside. This happened to me the other day. I hauled that IKEA shelf. It was really tough to get out of my apartment. I regret buying it. And when I went downstairs, the girl got lost, gave up, and I had to haul this big ass IKEA shelf back up to my apartment and just stick it in the middle of my apartment. And then I felt absolutely furious. Like I was like, wow, I waited there for 35 minutes. She didn't show up, and then she canceled and all that stuff. And I should have just waited until she was literally in my neighborhood parking to haul that thing down. And I should have told her, "Hey, wait for me. Like I'm hauling it down." And she would have waited. Um. So yeah, a lot of parallels, guys. Like it's all the same. Um. In terms of female behavior, don't take it personally. It's not you. It's not because you're not Giga Chad or you didn't have perfect outfit or perfect dating profile, right? It's simply women are a certain way. Women flake on everyone, and that's just the way they're very fickle, and all that. One of the things also that I see a parallel is that the more bases you have covered when trying to sell furniture, the more comfortable and willing women are to come meet you to go sell furniture, right? And when I say bases covered, I mean like, okay, you could tell them, hey, I'll help you load the furniture, right? Like I'm not gonna just drop off a couch and just walk away. Like I don't mind helping you put it in your truck or in your U-Haul. Don't care, which I did today. I didn't care. I know like a lot of guys were like, "Oh, that's extra work." I'm like, dude, it's a chick, like, and I want to get rid of this furniture really bad. Like, if you need help, you need help. I'm semi-muscular, so I can. It's not that big a deal, right? It's not like I'm, you know, cutting down a whole cornfield or something like that for her. So Sh- uh, and that's the same thing with dating. A lot of guys forget they're so embroiled in their own world that they forget that they're meeting a woman and what that entails. So we know that women are the weaker sex. We know that women aren't as spatially aware, attuned, aware, as we are as men, and they have anxiety, that they're neurotic and all that stuff, right? Because of that, you need to plan around these things and kind of meet her halfway so she's more willing to go meet you, right? Um, the way this manifests in dating is, hey, have a solid time, and that time better not be like right after work. Give her a couple hours so she can eat, so she can, decompress, so she can get her makeup done, or choose a dress, cancel other things, get her house ready, whatever she needs to do. Right. That's why I would say 8:30 is like the best time for a date, right? Because she's gonna be late, right? And at that time, traffic is dying down. Parking is starting to be available in the city. Like all the day workers are starting to go home from their parking spots, and temperature's going down. Right, Texas is hot, and during the summer there's still a little bit of daylight, and then during the winter it's nighttime, and it already seems like an elegant night of drinking. Both work for you, I guess. I don't know, but you're covering the every single base. You tell her, hey, here's the place right here. You tell her the name of the place, and um that way she can look up a menu and see what type of place it is. And then on top of that, you look at just closing time for the place. Some bars close at 12, some close at 2. And so on and so forth, right? If you ever make a reservation, like you're covering your bases that way when she will finally realize like, oh shit, like this person like I really want this is going to be a fun day. I have nothing to worry about. Same thing with Facebook Marketplace, right? Like, hey, here's the weight of the thing. Here's the dimensions. I will help you load it in the truck, right? I don't mind. Here is the small damage it has. Here is the payment method I want that I use. Um, Here is where I live. This part is confusing. Just take a left here. You'll see me. I'm wearing this shirt, right? And then take your time. I'm available to this time. Take your time getting here, whatever, right? All these things, and you'll see that women are more likely to come pick up furniture because she understands that you get it, right? You get it. Like, oh, just a little girl. I'm a college girl. This is my first time buying furniture. I want to save money, but I don't want to lift heavy furniture into the U-Haul, all that stuff. I'm scared to go drive in the city to meet to get this furniture. I really want it though. I don't know this guy, so hopefully he's not weird. And all that. I don't know how to pay you and all that stuff. I'm nervous that what if I can't pay him, blah blah blah. So cover your bases. Like when you date, cover the bases. Stop being this guy that thinks like women have to like bow down to you because you're so amazing. No, you take into account female behavior in both parallels, right? Facebook Marketplace and dating. And then if you want to win, that will help you. That's what put me ahead. And as I got more experience dating and selling furniture, I started realizing like, no, it's not that women are like shitty or bitchy. It's that women have limitations, right? If a woman is scared that she can't lift a couch into her U-Haul, right? She will probably be less likely to buy your couch if you don't volunteer to help her put it in her car. Do you understand? You want to get rid of the couch. She's gonna give you money for it, and there's like, and she's a girl, right? Obviously, she can bring a guy with her. Some girls bring guys with them, but for the most part, cover your bases. Like in dating, is the same thing, right? It's not gonna take you so many extra calories to tell a girl to plan a date, right? I go on Google and find bars in your area, or just like hopefully you've done some reconnaissance and you've gone out to several bars or places to meet, sushi restaurants, tapas, whatever, and you sat down, you've had a drink or two, and you've gone home, and you're like, hey, this place is quiet, it's clean, it smells good, and it's not packed on Tuesdays. So this is a good date spot, right? You do that, and you'll feel more comfortable in your environment because you've been there before. You've done the research. It's not like There's gonna be not gonna be a lot of surprises, and if you've gone there enough in the past, the bartenders will treat you like family as long as you tip well, right? It's just absolutely a no-brainer to do that. But for the most part, guys, like, stop thinking that you're above playing the game and take into account women's behavior. You're not that special. Um, a lot of women, their biggest complaint in dating is that men don't plan, don't lead. And what they mean by that is that guys have terrible logistics, and you don't want to be that guy. Logistics is everything when dating, right? A guy that's ugly, living in the city and has airtight logistics is gonna always do better than a guy that's handsome, living in the suburbs that can't plan a single date or have a second place to go to in case things go well, right? Um, so yeah. Um, another thing about Facebook Marketplace is that women are always trying to lowball you, right? They're always trying to lower the value of what you're selling, and that's similar to dating. Um, Whereas when dating, women try to downplay what you're selling, that the shit test. They're trying to say, "Hey, you're actually not that shit, are you?" And they will do it sometimes through text. First, usually do it on a day, but sometimes they do it through text. And that's the same thing as Facebook Marketplace is, "Hey, I want it. I want this for," and they lowball you really low so they can get you to meet in the middle, right? You have to be kind of like, "Hey, no, I actually want $100 for this." They're like, "What about 80? $100. 95, $100." I'm like, "Oh, okay, fine." Right? And that's just that's the Facebook Marketplace shit test, right? Like you don't tell them, "Hey, I have other people um wanting this couch," right? Because then she might not be serious in the first place. You say, "This is the price," and won't change. And if she gives you shit, then like you just stop the conversation there and move on to the next person. Same thing with dating. Women are going to try to undermine you or try to mess with you by giving you a shit test. You hold your ground and agree to amplify, ignore whatever you have to do, and you'll be fine, right? It's just a shit test, and they're trying to see if they can get one up on you or the furniture that you're selling for 50% off, so that you can brag to your friends like, "Yeah, this idiot gave me this couch. This couch is on Wayfair for like $2,000 and I got it for 500 or something." And you don't want to be that guy. You want to sell things the price that you want, right? As long as it's reasonable. But yeah, guys, any questions, any comments, super chats you want to leave? Let me put in my Substack. Guys, I posted a new Substack. I think I posted it today. I forgot. I forgot. Maybe yesterday or today. I forgot. But I'll put it in the chat here. It's about ghosting. Um, and why it's better than it's about ghosting and why it's better than um like an explanation as to why she's leaving, right? It's one of my favorite articles ever written, honestly. It helped me a lot kind of conceptualize male female rejection and different. Not all female rejection is the same. It differs and it has different rejections mean different things, right? Some rejections mean, "Hey, I don't want to explicitly kick you out of my life, but um I don't want to be seen around. I don't want to be associated with you," right? So like, hey, she just found a guy, and if the guy doesn't work out, you'll probably be the first guy she runs to, right? Um, and all that. So yeah, and then I'll plug my fashion course, guys. Uh, let's see, where is it? Yeah, so guys, I have a fashion course. It's 44 kind of concepts. Nothing. It's not super in depth, guys. Just a quick crash course. It's not meant to put you to sleep. It just to kind of guide you in the right path to dressing better as a man. So here it is. It's if you guys want to go purchase it, please be my guest. So yeah. So how's everyone doing tonight? And if you guys have any questions, like please super chat so I don't have to stop the show. I'm glad you guys are in here, but if it's a questions off topic, But hold on, crap, what am I doing? Oh, give me 1 second, guys. Mm-hmm. Shows. All right. All right. Sorry about that. So yeah, moving on. Fashion course Substack. Subscribe to Substack, $7 a month, $50 for a year, and you get to access to just my writing and all that stuff. The writing will then later be rolled into a book, and I'll release it whenever it's ready. Right. I'm on number 21. That means I'm 21% roughly um, done with these articles, and then um, when I get to 100, it will be rolled into a book or whatever, all that stuff. So okay, uh, but yeah, guys. So Facebook market, very a lot of parallels, a lot of stuff that you wouldn't guess. But the point of this show isn't so you guys can hear my stories with Facebook Marketplace and all that stuff. It's so you guys can give you guys a chance to to kind of see that you really don't need my perspective as much as you think, right? I know that's counterintuitive to the business model here, but I want you guys to start observing different dynamics with women and try to overall get out of this kind of women are inherently evil when they date kind of mentality because they do it in every part of their life, including buying and selling furniture, including dealing with their friends, including how they do business, including everything. That way, when you're dating a girl and she does something like this, like that annoys you or frustrates you, you can just be like, well, women are women. And that's it, regardless of the situation. It's not you. The a lot of people want it to be them because they think, well, I can have fixed this by, getting more shredded and making more money and learning more game. Realize rejection can be painful, right? You can be that guy that hauled that metaphorical IKEA cabinet down the hall, down the carpeted hall, right, which makes it harder, into the elevator, and then onto the concrete and you didn't want to scratch it, and you sold it, you couldn't sell it because the person flaked or got lost. Or you could be the person that waits, and then asks the right questions, um, and covers all their bases when doing these interactions. That way you're not mad on the side of the street like I was, waiting for a girl that would never come, right? You want to ask the right questions. You want to set yourself up for success, and you want to have a mentality where it's like, hey, if I don't do certain things or treat women a certain way, they're going to treat me horrible. So I have to learn this, or else I either don't get to enjoy women or I'll just be mad all the time. So it's not only Facebook Marketplace, guys. Observe women with their friends. Observe women at their job, coworkers. Observe women, um, in all states and environments. And you'll realize that women are pretty much the same in all forms and areas. Um, Dealing with men is a little different, right? But for the most part, the way they communicate with us and set up stuff with us is the same. And you'll be less mad. You'll move on and just laugh. It's even funnier, right? And that's the thing. I got a lot. I did get frustrated a couple weeks ago several times because my DMs were absolutely packed and full of women interested, maybe a couple dudes, but like women interested in buying stuff from me. And I was like, wow, this is gonna be really easy. And then like 3 weeks in, I still hadn't sold my couch. And I'm like, what's going on? And that's a lot of frustration guys have on dating apps where they look at all these matches or on Instagram, women like liking their posts or something like that on Instagram or liking their story, and they feel like that's some sort of investment for them. They're like, wow, I'm an attractive guy, or man, this girl liked my story. I'm ready to risk it all, right? I'm like, that doesn't mean anything, right? ROIs, cheap ROIs, every single ROI to me is a cheap signal for investment. It could be fake, right? I know back in the day, if a girl like winked at you or did certain things with you, you would be like, "Yeah, I'm so in, bro." But now, like, you know, the other day, I was like Friday night, I was dancing with the girl, and a couple of my friends noticed, and they were like, "Wow." Even my female friends were like, "Wow, man, she's gonna eat you alive." This girl was like looking at you in a certain way, and she walked across the floor to come dance with you, blah blah blah. And I'm like, and they're like, "Why didn't you make a move?" He's like, "Because I know, like that are ROIs nowadays." I mean, I'm not really looking right now. I'm not really dating right now, but um, I've been in situations where women have shown me every single ROI under the sun. And the minute you ask them for, like, your number to hang out or something, they're completely, like, off put, right? Salsa is not for a lot of women, especially outsider women, it's just it's like a video game. You're playing. It's like, "Hey, I'm gonna do this dance, and I'm gonna get led by men," whatever, maybe they're bored in their marriage or they're bored or something, and they get spinned around a couple times, and they laugh and have a good time and all that. So, they don't want, um you know, they don't wanna go home with you. They're there to get their rocks off, I always said, like, dance night is like what porn dance night to women is like what porn is to men, right? Where it's not exactly cheating, right? But it's like it's a message you're sending to the person you're with that they're failing at some point. When women that are married go to dance night, they're getting rubbed up by, sexually aggressive Latino men, right? And led in dance. It's like porn. It's not really real. It's not really cheating, right? But the opposite gender could see it as cheating because it's just like there's so much physical contact and leading and all that stuff that from the outside it looks like holy shit, it's a big deal. Um, so ROIs don't really matter that much to me anymore. Women can literally salivate in front of you, and then the minute you ask them on a date, they'll be like, "What? What are you talking about? Excuse me? No, I'm good. I have a boyfriend." Like they look at you weird. The only ROI that matters is that is she agreeing to see you? The only ROI that matters is that she's sitting in front of you. Doesn't matter how many hearts she gives your story, doesn't matter how many memes she sent you, doesn't matter the nudes, doesn't matter, like, the compliments she sends you, doesn't matter any of that. The only thing that matters is you setting up a date and she shows up. Same thing with Facebook Marketplace. The only thing that matters is not that her asking the dimensions of the couch, her saying, "Wow, it's a pretty couch, I wanna see it." Her asking for more pictures of the couch, her asking for the color, all these things that shows like, hey, man, she's pretty interested. None of that matters because guess what? Just like when I went to salsa night one night and I danced with a girl that was like, yeah, like kind of like spaced out and uninterested. When she danced with me, I mean, she was a good dancer, but it was a very formal, like we weren't. It was not very passionate. It was very attractive girl. Um, I took that girl home that all I said, "Hey," is like, "Hey, you wanna come home? You wanna chill with me and come home tonight?" So but in a smooth way, and I said it in a smooth way, I remember. And she's like, "Yeah." Like, did not, stutter, did nothing, just said, "Yeah, let's go." And I'm like, "Hey, I'm gonna go close out," and she's like, "Yeah," and then we left together. She stayed the night. I don't think we hooked up that night. I think we fooled around, but she said it she just wanted to stay. She was tired. I'm like, "Hey, yeah, of course, stay. I'll make us coffee in the morning, whatever." Um But the thing is, um, the same thing with Facebook Marketplace, right? Where a lot of people who seem the most interested that throw all these ROIs, like asking all these questions and asking where you live and what time and all that stuff. Whereas I just sold my couch today. This thing has been on the damn market for almost 3 weeks. Facebook is like, "Are you sure you still have it?" And I'm like, "Yep, it's still there in my apartment." And some little Asian girl who probably couldn't lift it. I mean, the couch was light, but she was very worried about how heavy it was. Um, she messaged me this morning, right? And all she wanted to know, "Hey, is it heavy?" I'm like, "No, I can help you." And I was the one asking questions like, "Hey, do you have space in your car? You sure? Um, it's the city, like it's a roundabout. I promise." I was covering all my bases, and boom, within 6 hours, she's in front of, she's like here. She brought male help, like a dude to help her load too. Um, the only thing she wasn't ready for was a payment, but I forgot to remind her. That's a couple things going on today, and then she asked me, "What do you have set Venmo?" I'm like, I don't do Venmo. I have Cash App, or we can do cash." And she downloaded her Cash App. She asked me how to do it, how to find me, and then all that. And that, my friends, is like dating. Whereas you'll see women that trick you and fake you out with fake interest, because it gets them attention. It gets them hooked. They want you hooked on them, right? Without putting out. And you'll be like, "Whoa, but she's showing me so many ROIs." Meanwhile, there's gonna be some girl that like one word texts you yes or no to a date. Like you'll be like, "Hey, let's meet me here," and she's like, "Okay." And then the next day she shows up on time. She looks good, boobies out, cleavage out, which is always a good sign. When a woman shows you cleavage on a date, she wants you to win, right? Um, and all you may be confused. You're like, "Wait, this person that I wanted to buy the couch from, or that one I wanted to sell the couch to, was like asking me 100 questions about it, like, really seemed interested." And this person was like, "Hey, color's the couch? Grayish blue." "Alright, cool, I'm coming to get it." And the money's the same, guys. That's the problem. The money is the same. The girl that I dance with that is hot and, like, touching my chest and these sexual moves, right? I asked her for her number, and she was like, Okay," and then she kinda, like, was kinda semi-interested, and she's like, "Okay, whatever." And then this girl that I was, like, dancing 3 inches apart from, right, literally jumped at the thought of going home with me that night. Obviously, her friends, knew me too. There was a little bit of social proof there, right? But I had never met her before that day. So, women are women, guys. Women are women, regardless of dealing with you or dealing with a couch, right? We got a 4.99 with Jamal Load. You get one of these, sir. Where is it?
Thank you so much, best friend.
Jamal Load with the 4.99. Talking to someone on Tinder, responds quick, but I'm asking all the questions. Abandon ship, no other options, even after remaking Ange. How long are your conversations? Right? You should be only asking 3 or 4 questions before you say, "Hey, let's move this off of let's move this into, here's my number, text me," or something like, and all that. And then when you get a number, set up a date almost immediately. Like, hey, like a maybe quick exchange, and then, "Hey, I know a place that's just your vibe." And then she'll be like, "Oh, really?" And then you remember, texting is not for logistics. Sorry, texting is only for logistics, right? Obviously, you're gonna have to grease the wheels a little bit and have a quick conversation. A lot of women are very curious if you're like good at this stuff. They want to know more, but you have to say, "Hey, you'll know more on the date. Here's what I can tell you," right? Um, don't reveal too much. It ruins the fun for them. But you should be trying to set up a date as fast as possible, as fast as reasonable. So, um, remember, again, the ROIs, the responding quick, all that. There's plenty of women on Facebook Marketplace that are responding super quick about and wanted to know every single thing about the couch possible. Whereas there are women that were just like, "Hey," responded every 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and they were here and they bought the shit, and that's it. Bottom line, they wanted it, right? So don't get caught up in having a conversation, trying to have a meaningful conversation on Tinder or text, right? You could have a little bit of leeway and wiggle room, and make a quick joke here, there, quick exchange here and there. But like, the purpose of dating apps is to fuck. It's not to connect with people. That happens after. All right. Hopefully that helps. Thank you for your super chat, sir. And thank you, Julian Reyes, for the gifted membership. Appreciate you, sir. Um, Hold on, let me. There we go. Uh, let's see what we got. A lot of buyers have been burned by poor sellers. Is this an RP lesson as well? Something about spurned divorcees or older women. A lot of buyers have been burned by poor sellers. Oh, okay. Well, I don't do a lot of buying. Man, I usually do the selling because I like to buy my stuff. A lot of things I buy, I like to buy new because I just don't trust, which is probably an RP lesson in itself. I don't trust sellers because, um, uh, and also I don't like driving to weird places to get stuff. Um, there's very few things I'm gonna go out of my way. The prices on Facebook Marketplace aren't favorable. Like for example, whatever you're gonna buy, try to find it on whatever website or online store they're selling it. And a lot, like for example, I found these shelves on Facebook Marketplace, right? And I'm like, oh, cool. It's one of those shelves I bought. These shelves are super cheap. They're like 25 bucks at IKEA, right? I can't believe how cheap these are. And the thing is, they're not that flimsy. They're like pretty normal, compressed wood shelves. And there's nothing like absolutely $25 about them, right? And I saw one on Facebook Marketplace already used, and it was $20. And I'm like, you've used that. There's probably nicks and scratches all over it. Just give it away. Like $20 for that shelf. But that's because I did my research. And that's another thing. That's probably another RP lesson there that I didn't realize. Like when you do your research when you're buying stuff on Facebook Marketplace, you tend to come away with a better perspective of who's gypping you or who wants what, right? Um, if you see that the Kia bookshelf, Kia storage shelves, they're about 70 or $80 at IKEA. But there's people selling them for like 80 on Facebook Marketplace being used, right? Um, so that's you do your research. You're like, okay, this let me look this IKEA furniture up in the IKEA store. Okay, it's the same price as a new one. Um, and maybe that may not bother you because you don't want to put it together. It depends on the guy, right? But like, when you're buying, do your research, learn about what you're getting into. And of course, as usual, make sure it's what you want. Make sure that you really, really, really want that piece of furniture, right? Because as you can see, getting rid of furniture is very difficult, right? It's a process. Women are flaky, and you will be if you decide to go minimalist, not minimalist, but like get rid of like half your stuff, like me. It takes a long time because women will flake on you so much. And it's not like on big things. Like for a couch, I get it because it's a high investment thing. It takes up space. You gotta like carry it. You gotta arm it. You gotta, you know, sorry, not arm it, but put it together. Um, and it's heavy, so it's a high investment kind of thing to buy, right? But like I had people like for a 6 tier, like a little small metal shelf about this big, 6 tier, like a really thin one that I had in my kitchen, and then I used it for towels in the bathroom. Women were like, listed it for 30 bucks. I think the original was 50. It was kind of new. I didn't use it that much, and like women were like, "Can I get a lower price?" Or they're like, "I'm just not sure." And I'm like, "Lady, I can lift it with like one hand, and it's like 10 pounds. This weighs fucking nothing." Or like, no, it's like 15 pounds. This weighs nothing. It's not a big deal. You don't have to plan this out. Just come pick it up. It's not a big deal, right? But it is what it is. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I have on the matter. Interesting week on Twitter. I pissed some guy off. I pissed off George Bruno, and he like yelled. Glad I got it on camera. Um, got a couple calls today because of that, and people asking me to forgive and all that stuff. And I'm like, guys, this is the internet. This is not real. I'm not real. Um, this is part of the business. We're not facing each other, so we take more liberties to mess with each other like he did, and like everyone else does. Like everyone's a critic. Everyone has something to say negative. And one of the things I always tell people, especially like men and women, is that there are social rules that you have to abide by, right? You're not so awesome that you don't have to be like nice to people, to certain people, and expect or like you can be mean to them and expect them to just see it your way, right? If you come into a thread of mine or a video of mine that I put some level of effort and you immediately say you need to end this activity, what you're doing, then I'm going to not take it well, right? I don't know you. This isn't about a past or a future with this person. This is an objective way of treating a person. Um, most of the trolling I do is merited. It's for people to realize, like, having people apologize to you is taking them seriously. Having people debate with you, ask you to come on the show to debate with you, is taking them seriously. I don't take people seriously unless they act like they want to be taken seriously, right? Same thing with the purple pill pod dude. Like that dude acted in a way that I could no longer take him seriously. He will never be taken seriously. Every instance that he interacts with me, I will be facetious. I'll troll because you did it to yourself. If you want to be taken seriously as a human being, this isn't a masculinity thing. This is a normal human thing, right? You have to treat people with some level of not respect, but courtesy, polite, goodwill. There's this thing. I thought it was a millennial thing, but I think it's just a human thing where the internet makes people feel like they're above acting like this, and then they're like absolutely confused or flabbergasted as to why people react the way they do. Right? I can't believe he blocked me. Yeah, I blocked you because you suck. You're mean, and not mean in the funny way, mean in the mean way. And I guess this is what it is on Twitter or YouTube. It's hard for me to accept that people don't understand that, and I guess I'm learning. But all the people I've blocked, um, you know, like Redpill Luffy invited me to one of his spaces the other day, and I was like, "Sure, dude. Like, okay, I can stop by for a little bit. It's the election, lots to talk about." Um, and as soon as I get in there, all the people I block are in there. They jump in. And they're like, "You suck, nigga. You're wrong. Blah blah blah. This, and that." And I'm just like, guys, like, and I told them, "Hey, this. If you want me to talk to you and take you seriously, which it sounds like you do, you can't talk to me that way, right? I'm not asking you. I'm not asking for an apology. I'm not asking you to treat me special. You got like play the game. I want people. I want to know that someone cares enough that they to get something out of me to put some kind of effort in, and that's the problem. Everyone wants to be manipulated. We just want to be manipulated in the way we want, right? And that's why we kind of hate like women that are like openly hoes, right? Because it also defeats the magic for us. Like I know you're going to use your sexuality to get what you want out of me, right? I just don't want it thrown in my face. Just like women don't want it thrown in their face, right? I if you show up on a date, right? You're a female friend of mine or whatever paradigm or whatever, and you constantly tell me stuff like, eh, you know, you're just staring at my boobs, whatever, or hey, you're just my friend because you think I'm hot or something like that, just throwing it in my face or whatever they say. I'm not gonna treat you nice. I'm gonna be annoyed at you. It was never about women being hoes. It was just women being hoes and then them throwing it in your face. Yeah, I'm like, I don't really care. I just don't want to hear you denigrate me. Just be a hoe and get what you want out of life. You'll go much farther and get much more out of life when you play the game of humanity. And that's what I dislike about this, right? I want to be manipulated just like all of you do, right? If you want me to take you seriously, manipulate me into taking you seriously. Use big words. Maybe a real compliment, not like a shitty, like a real compliment, you know? Um, maybe do some research of my backstory and be like, "Oh, yeah, my son's one of those nuclear operators." Like, do something like that so I can just fall for the trap of you being nice to me. That's what I want. I'm okay with being manipulated. I just want honest effort and being manipulated. And it works in every part of your life as a human being. Like as a girl, like guys will be like, people in general will be like, manipulation is toxic. I'm like, no, manipulation is good. You just want to be it done in the way you like, and that's all you ask, right? Like when you get home, right? Maybe your wife wants to buy something on Amazon that's kind of expensive, maybe $200. And you're doing well, but you kind of like hold control her spending a little bit. You tell her, hey honey, we don't need a new espresso machine, right? But I mean, you see how she makes you coffee all the time, she'll use it, but you're just like, you have to like, kind of like throttle the spending sometimes with women. And then you get home and there's a nice cooked meal, and then she's wearing lingerie, she gives you awesome sex, and she gives you a massage, and she cancels all plans and says, hey, or whatever, or gets a favorite video game and all that stuff. Now, whether you buy the espresso machine or let her buy the espresso machine or not, at least she gave it a shot. She tried to manipulate you in the way you wanted. She gave you a blowjob, amazing sex. She looked hot. She made you your favorite meal. She gives a shit, right? But people on the internet are going to be like, I'm going to be an absolute asshole to this person, and then expect them to debate me, to talk to me, to treat me, to come to me and have a discussion. Fuck you. No, no, that's not how this works. I manipulate me, make me want to talk to you, right? Figure it out. You guys are adults. Figure it out. I'm not a difficult nut to crack. You can simply just start with not being mean, talk to me like an adult, like a human being, and maybe I will, take the time out of my busy life to talk to you like a person. Until then, I'm going to talk to you like a child, like a roast comic, what I do best on Twitter, right? If you guys notice, a lot of people say, well, you're always roasting women. Like, I have several women that are my follower e-girl reply girls, right? And they're very nice. And sometimes I agree with them. Sometimes I quote tweet them. But the fact that yes, maybe they're e-thoughts and they're on the internet just to get attention and free shit from men, right? The fact that they just talk to me like a normal person and try to appeal to my interests online, I'm like, yeah, you're a nice chick. You're not here to piss me off or tell me I'm worthless and then expect things out of me. If you tell me I'm worthless or you don't like me, but you don't expect anything out of me, have a nice day. I get it. Right. But if you tell me I'm worthless and I'm stupid, and then you're like, come debate me, and I'm like, fuck you. Well, you're like giving me zero. You're giving me negative something in order for you to get something. Like, no, dude, you should have. You should have brought me cookies. You should have, because even an apology at that moment doesn't matter, because how do I know you actually, you know? And that's all it is, guys. It's literally that simple. I didn't mean to rant too much on that, but it's literally that simple, guys. I want to be manipulated. I want people to care enough about me and what they want out of me for them to do something in return. Is that I don't think that's um I don't think that's too much to ask, right? So let the locals, yeah, debating a locale is usually a loss, right? Debating in general is stupid, right? But let's say you want to debate me, but like I look at your content and you look like a person in good faith, and it just ends up turning into oh, I didn't know the red pill was about that. Really? I didn't know. Like I did with Brandy's husband, right? A lot of misconceptions about the red pill. I kind of explained it, and with his people too. We did the show. What's it called? Cognitive Dissonance with Kyle. And I did it because I like Kyle. Kyle's awesome, right? But then the Brandy chick, um, always like after we explained to her, after Rollo Tomasi and Ryan Stone and Jack Napier and all these guys explained to them, whether through tweets and on a freaking show, right? Um, where they take the time out. I mean, they're more accomplished than me, right? But they take the time out to explain from the source, guys that have been doing this for decades, from the source, explain to them what the red pill was. And to go on Twitter and be like, those red pill guys suck. And after we have explained to you in 2-hour segments what the red pill is, and you go and do that, knowing good damn, and not only that, us doing, I'm doing streams with your husband. You know, I'm never attacking you or anything. I'm cool with your friends. I stream with your friend. Like basically, we're like internet family. And you keep taking this praxology and trying to make it look stupid. People's work, years of field reports, and you try to denigrate it, right? After we've explained to you and come to you in good faith, right? And you expect me to just be like, "Oh, you're just a girl." Like, no, I'm not giving you just the girl pass. You suck. You're not a good person. You're not here. You're here. The low hanging fruit is to shit on the red pill. You took it, and now my low hanging fruit is to make fun of you forever. So this is what we do, right? Mhm. Fitness freak, nuclear, good to understand. Human nature compared to most people. Most people don't understand human nature so good. Also, from what I've seen in real world, a lot of people are just good to small talk. Yeah, like a lot of people don't. It's like me, me, me. Like it's all about me. And I'm like, no, dude. There's other people in the world besides you. I understand being selfish and putting yourself first, right? But like at the same time, you have to understand how people work in order to, if you want things, get things out of them, right? And I'll be the first to admit I want to be manipulated, right? If a girl wants me to buy her more drinks or to treat her better, and she shows up on the day with her cleavage out, I'm gonna be like, "Well, shit, I'm being manipulated in the way I want. Deal's a deal. You got it, girl. Let's do it." And then it may not be 50-50. Maybe she might benefit slightly more, but as long as I am getting something and you are putting in effort, then I'm just like, "Well, shit. She doesn't want shit for free. She understands human behavior and exchange." Right? I think I talked about it. Was it with? I had a talk with Thor recently, where a girl had been seen casually was like, "Hey, can you mount this TV? I'll make you ramen." And I'm like, and it wasn't like shit, like a packet. Like she had a recipe out. She cut up all these vegetables, green onions. She put in so much effort, right? And like guys, if you want to be like a heartless player, don't watch women cook because you'll start really falling for them. Like there's something magical about seeing a woman toil in the kitchen happily, not happily, right? Happily, um, and ask you for your help and ask you to taste things while she cooks. That it will soften your heart. So be careful there. But I mounted the TV and then I swung it over. We watched Blue Eye Samurai, I think it's called, and then we had sex all night, and then we went to sleep together. Right? I got manipulated way the fuck into mounting that TV. A lot of people will be like, "That's simping." I'm like, "No, it isn't, dude. No, it isn't." Free meal, some company, some good company. Got to watch a good show. And I also feel kind of accomplished when I mount a TV. It's not as easy as it sounds sometimes. But I got manipulated and we both won. She may have come away with the win, right? Like the overall win, but she understood humans. She understood me. She understood like, hey, when if I want someone to do something nice for me, I gotta give them something. I can't just be like in return, right? It's like the women with Cash App in their bio, and I'm like, okay, so what services do you provide? Do you you know, do you provide consulting, logistics? Do you set up meetings for people? Do you show like nipple? Like, are you showing titty meat or something? Like, what are you giving? Nothing. I'm like, you see, that's that type of person. Men and women suffer from the same thing. It's the type of person where like I'm gonna do nothing or treat people bad and then expect them to just be on my side. I'm like, no, dude, welcome to humanity. I'm a human just like everyone else. But dude, I remember a girl wore a miniskirt and had a shit ton of cleavage on the day. We were in bed within 5 minutes. I mean, god damn, 5 minutes, bro. I need more time than that. What am I, some kind of hooker? Damn, dude, you're a hoe. Heck. Am I getting what I want is a great question constantly be asking. Yeah, because like uh, I mounted a TV, right? And then I thought, wait a minute. I I like using my power tools. I like using them. Like, I enjoy it's like therapy to me to, like, put stuff together. Like, I hate putting together furniture, but at the same time, if I have the time and it's like a weekend, I have some nice music in the background, and Tadashi's in the corner watching me, and I'm putting together a shelf, I'm like, "Oh, this is like, building with Legos." Like, it slowly becomes set and then you get this little dopamine hit because you put it together using your tools, Um, it's nice. It's a nice feeling. So I'm like, "Okay, there's that," and then, this girl I'm seeing, so I know I'm getting laid, um, and she's making me a meal, and then she's putting in a lot of effort, right? Like, she's, you know, make help she wants me to taste the broth, and she seems a little stressed, like, she's giving a shit, like, it's investment, right? Something, and then, I get to play with her dog, her little corgi, I love her corgi. So there's that. And then, she has a comfortable bed to sleep in because I know I'm gonna crash here. We hooked up and all that. And, it was I got what I wanted, right? And one of the most important things I get from this experience is that I get to see the best side of women, right? Like I said before, like seeing a woman cook and toil in the kitchen happily. If you're a player, if you want to be a heartless player and do this stuff, man, don't watch women cook happily in the kitchen. It'll soften your heart like a motherfucker. You'll do you'll do the lame husband come up behind her and kiss her on the cheek while she cooks kinda thing, right? You'll be like, "Ah, shit, that wasn't really cash money right there. I should be careful." But, in all seriousness, yeah. Um, y am I getting what I want out of this, right? Using the vortex methods to drop F-bombs in my life rant, yep. Dude, I'm like, you know, how would you guys react if somebody came to your job, told you you sucked, and then ranted about you, calling you the FAG word? You'd be like, "Who the hell?" Like, you'd be in shock still. You'd be like, right? It's like, let's say you're like at work stacking something, and then somebody comes to your job, knocks the stack over, walks away, and then at the cubicle down the office starts saying, "Nuke, you suck, you faggot, whatever, blah blah blah." Just like all these expletives or something across the hallway, and you're just like you're still confused as to why they came into your cubicle to knock your stack of papers and leave. You're just like, "Hey, can like you need to like, hey, who is that guy? Did I do what's going on here?" There's too many questions to ask, and you're just like, "I'm so confused. Like, what do I do now?" I would laugh in their face, like, "Yeah, I did. I went on a stream and I made fun of him. Like, I'm not taking you seriously, dude, because um, you know, so you also finished 5 minutes in the bed. Nah, I went for, like we went for 2 rounds, um, I think 30 minutes each. I was tired, it was a beat, but, yeah, um, yeah, guys, you wanna be manipulated. This goes for Facebook Marketplace too, right? You wanna be manipulated. You want when you go buy furniture, you want people to like use these nice pictures and uh, have a picture of the couch in a nice living room where they live, so you can be like, "Wow, this couch would also look good in my living room," which it probably won't, but you want people to show you the original Amazon image, right? So you're like, "Hey, yeah, I got this off Amazon or IKEA or Wayfair or whatever." You want people to be forthcoming with, "Hey, this is missing a bolt here, or hey, there's a little nick or something, or this is it's a smoke-free home, or it isn't a smoke-free home," right? Um, and yeah, yeah, I can bring it up and we can close the show. What do you guys think? Should I play it? It's on my Twitter. I don't care anymore, man. Like I'm so burnt out. This is very disheartening sometimes. One second. Um But what was I saying? I'll do this. If you guys super chat me $10 total, I will play the 4-minute video of this guy yelling into the camera. And yes, I think I'm gonna use it as a commercial. But I think I don't know if this guy's a sociopath or psychopath, and once he'll like show up and he'll like dox me or something. My awesome life of me just working and going home. Let's see. Trying to find it. Yeah, so I can end the stream. You know. Oh, and also if to all the veterans in the chat, happy Veterans Day. However you decide to celebrate it. Um, and glad you're still here, you know. Being in the military isn't easy for a lot of people, and a lot of people didn't make it, so yeah. Yeah, it's 4 minutes. I'll play it once and never play it again. Working tomorrow bullshit and un-American. Wait, Filipino, are you a veteran too? Any other veterans in the chat? The male version of cleavage is manual labor and spending money or releasing. But no, it's just passing a shit test, man. Way you walk, shoulders back. Boom, we got it. Play the video. Oh, you got it, sir. Thank you for the $9.99. All right, let me pull it up. It's on my Twitter. Hopefully Tadashi doesn't get scared. There was a lot of screaming in that video. And then I'll play the video, guys, and we'll be out. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Here it is. Hold on, let me. All right. Present. Oh wait, I haven't. Crap. Give me 1 second, guys. Present. Share screen. The Fresh Prince of Zamunda. Oh, good. I love that. I used to watch that movie with my dad all the time. All right, share. All right, you guys see it? Let me see if this makes it. All right. Yep. And here we go. Let me know if you guys hear it.
Carrying on the bullshit. There's a movement for men to be authentic. How can you be fucking authentic with a pen name? Seriously. Seriously. Michael Leonard. So, Sophia. Then don't watch. Nuke. You don't fucking get it, bro. You don't fucking get it. Maybe
What do I not get?
Jack Napier types, bro. Because listen, I was doing this shit.
Who is this guy?
Okay? And you bought all the bullshit that fucking faggot Jack Napier was saying. I didn't tell you what Jack Napier privately emailed me and begged me for dating advice. Fucking begged me.
Holy fuck.
But I won't.
Like a dog.
Man. So Nuke, do not come on my channel and defend anonymity.
Oh, this is going on the stream.
This is my real fucking name. This is my home. This is where I live. All right? Gonna have to let Jack go. No, I'm not gonna have to let him go.
Yeah, let him go, bro. Let him go.
That was me.
Still, I'm fucking twice his age and twice your age, bro.
Twice your age.
Okay? Show some fucking respect.
Respect for who, bro?
Show some fucking respect. Rule 0 is not here to stay. It's not. Listen, create something new.
I did. It's just a show, dude.
Create something new. Seriously.
Oh, damn, he's really mad.
Nuke, Nuke, you are a fucking moderator of a YouTube channel, young man. Moderate your fucking channel like a goddamn man, not like a fucking woman.
Oh, he's mad now.
Nuke, moderate like a fucking man.
Oh,
yes, good shit. I hate. I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit making content.
Yes, I do. This is America.
One of those fucking little social fucking retarded faggots that shit talk men. Wise the fuck up, Nuke. Wise the fuck up.
That's Final Fantasy VII music in the background. I was playing Final Fantasy while listening to
Oh
it.
my god. Who is this guy?
By not being a fucking man. Moderating like a fucking man. Act like a fucking asshole. Do not defend your fucking degenerate bullshit. Be a fucking gentleman for once. Instead, you moderated a shit show, Nuke.
And then I put,
Moderated a fucking shit
I'm a gentleman
show
to your mom. He didn't like that much.
No, I'm not gonna fucking relax.
Yeah,
No,
and told him
you're
relax.
not butt bandits. Stop it. Stop it. That's a listen. That is a fucking that is a listen. I can turn this shit on.
1 whole minute left,
Am I
guys,
bad?
just so you know.
I raised my voice. I swear to God, my father did the same thing. My brothers do the same thing. It's fucking funny as shit where we raise our voice and people think like we're mad. I'm not mad. I'm not fucking mad. I raise my voice to
Check this out, guys.
express,
I am a gentleman to your mom. See if he reads it.
and to show passion. Yes. You're a gentleman to my mom. This is what you need to do. Moderate like a fucking man.
This is free entertainment. This is amazing.
You don't allow men. You have rules, and you don't allow men to shit talk other men on your fucking channel. Rule 0 or not. That's why it fucking jumped the shark. That's why. It
Holy
a
shit,
show.
man.
It's not an honorable show anymore. All right? And
It's not an honorable show, dude. Honor.
It was like a little fucking idiot today. You should have shut that shit down. You should have shut that shit down.
What's your plan, bro? I hit him with the. What's your plan?
Go fuck yourself.
Man, not even the girls that are mad at me
What's
I
my
react like
plan to
this.
stop? I don't have a plan, you fucking retard. You're gonna stop yourself. Yeah, leave Noob's comments up because he's being a fucking retard.
Leave him up. Leave him
I
up.
gotta stop because my
Final
phone's
word, man.
out of charge.
I'll say something that
There you go, guys. Thanks for the $10 super chat to play that. You guys, hopefully you guys got some fun out of that. But yeah. I already said what I was gonna say. Like it's you know, I want to be manipulated just like everyone else. I want people who challenge me to debates or want me to talk to them or come on a stream with them or even listen hear what they have to say, right? I want you to be at least nice, you know, like talk to me like an adult, talk to me like someone who, you know, maybe, you know, like a person, right? Not like come in and just attack me because how am I going to take you seriously? I literally cannot take you seriously at that point, right? That's how we did in the military, right? If you were an honest person, hardworking person, and you meant well, then we would take you seriously. We wouldn't make fun of you as much. But if you're a person that is crazy all over the place and didn't do their job, you know, you were the butt of all the jokes, and that's just how we are, right? And you know, you also have to remind people the level of agency they have in things. Like, hey, you wrote 2 paragraphs under my stream. You don't know who I am, right? Because someone else said something about you, and you told me to end a legacy show like Rule Zero that has helped people because it made you uncomfortable once, and you made it very public, and then you ranted about it. And after you ranted about it, um, you know, I'm getting calls and stuff from people to forgive you. And the thing is, I don't even know who you are. Like I know who you are, like, but I don't know you. Like, what am I supposed to do? Right? Look at all the names there being called. And I'm not innocent in this, but like you can't go from effing FAG to like, hey, new, you know, give him a chance. I'm like, what, dude? What chance? They're all gone. Yeah, he's arguing with a brown guy on the internet. I don't understand. George Bruno, man. What's up, Glenn? How you doing? Yeah, George Bruno. Um, you know, I talked to Thor today about it. But he gave me a call. But yeah. Oh, you didn't know? I thought you were informed. So Yeah, I'll tell you behind the scene. Go to the Dragon Ship chat. It has everything. Has the whole story and all that stuff. But guys, I don't want. Okay, like the show. This is a Red Pill show. Um, let's stay on topic here. All right. So that's all I have for today, guys. Um, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I wanted to use some sound drop with non-bad words on it. Um, yeah, but yeah. Thanks, guys, and you know, enjoy your time out there selling on Facebook Market. Um, and don't buy furniture you don't need, so you don't have to do it as much. All right, guys, have a good night.